So I was just gone for a couple of days. I went away to the beach, and some Modern Warfare 2 news came out, which we will be covering tomorrow. We'll be going a little bit more in depth with that one. But then I just got home today, like literally just got home, and a new trailer for Season 5 of Vanguard and Warzone came out. And needless to say, I'm a little bit shocked. Shocked for many, many reasons. And of course, as soon as it came out, you guys were reaching out on Twitter, asking for me to explain it, break it down. And I'm not gonna lie, this one is a tough one, and you'll see what I mean when I dive into it. But you know what? Let's just roll the clip.
Power. We were all robbed of it. Those so-called heroes left us divided and broken. But they underestimated how dangerous we are. That mistake gives us an opportunity. And for the first time, they'll understand what it feels like to be powerless. This is our time, my friends, to destroy everything they've built.
How in the hell am I gonna explain this one? So, needless to say, the entire story of Vanguard and Warzone essentially went off the rails with the King Kong versus Godzilla event. After that, we got the big question of why is Arthur Kingsley fighting Butcher, and now we have characters from various different time periods who are all different evil characters. We have Rorke from Ghost, we have Menendez from Black Ops, we also have Khaled Al-Asad from the Modern Warfare franchise, and then Seraph seemingly from the future, who wasn't even born until the 80s and wouldn't really make sense at all being alive in any of the time periods currently being brought out within Vanguard and of course within Warzone as well. So this leads to the question, how the hell are these characters here? Well, the easy answer is to say, well, time travel now exists within Warzone, and that's it. These characters are coming back, they're here to seek revenge, and that is what Raul Menendez is talking about during this entire speech here. I don't tend to believe that, and it'd be a little far-fetched, so we're just gonna put the time travel theory aside for a brief moment. However, there is another easy explanation to what goes on during the Caldera and during the current Warzone events that hasn't really been explored. If we go back to the very beginning when Caldera was introduced and way back on Verdansk, we had a cutscene for part 1 of the Pacific Cinematic, and during this we have our main characters Adler, Woods, and Mason go into one of the bunkers and find Butcher. At this time, Butcher starts to tell the story of the Caldera and what went on during this time, which means all the events that we are seeing on the Caldera and currently in Warzone are events that are actually being told by Butcher. The time period still takes place on Verdansk, however, the story being told takes place in the past and is being told by Captain Butcher. So taking this and taking everything that we've seen, including the King Kong versus Godzilla event, we can take this as a story being told by Captain Butcher that is just incredibly unrealistic, having monsters the size of skyscrapers, having stories about Vanguard characters turning on themselves, and now characters from various different time periods, including Khaled Al-Asad, who was a problem on Verdansk, being involved in the story of the Caldera as well. In other words, Butcher could just be a really, really unrealistic narrator, and that is why we are getting these super unrealistic stories. Now, I still don't love this because when we see Raul Menendez tell his story, he says that essentially all of us, in other words, Khaled Al-Asad, Seraph, Rorke, and everyone else has been screwed over by the good guys, and now they are all teaming up. This kind of takes into account a lot of things that have not even happened on the Verdansk map as well, including the events of Call of Duty Ghost, and including Seraph, of course, which doesn't take place until years and years after what we see in Verdansk. So that really doesn't make any sense either. However, being as though we are hearing the story from Butcher, that is really the only thing that makes any sense whatsoever, him being an unrealistic narrator. So yeah, the story does not make a lot of sense, and I have been asked a lot lately to do a video on the entire story of Warzone, which with what they have included over the past couple seasons makes it very, very difficult. Does it mean I'm not going to make that video? Absolutely not. We'll still give it a good old college try, but as of right now, yeah, the story is very, very confusing. This being said, though, I still like what they are doing, and I think this will bring a lot of people back to Warzone and the story of Vanguard as a whole, just to see some of their favorite villains be included in The Last Stand, and aka Season 5 of Warzone and of Vanguard. However, yeah, it's super unrealistic, and all in all, really doesn't make a lot of sense. Now, there are a couple things that we can take away from this trailer, aside from the story in and of itself. First of all, when we see the characters flying in the helicopter, we can actually see Seraph holding a weapon which appears to be the F2000, a weapon that we haven't seen back since the original Modern Warfare 2, and a weapon that really wasn't good at the time, but I'm interested to see how it fits into the game now. On top of this, as far as the story goes, it appears as though the bad guys, aka Raul Menendez and his clan, are taking some sort of explosive device, putting it inside the volcano on the caldera, and setting it off, causing the volcano to erupt. Seemingly, based off of this trailer, we are going to see a lot of big changes on the caldera with a volcano being involved and things along those lines. That is essentially what we are expected to see throughout Season 5 and how the story of the caldera will continue. So as of right now, what we know is that these characters are coming and they are setting off a volcano, and we should be getting more information, whether that be later today, tomorrow, or even on Monday, in regards to what is coming during Season 5. Now, I'm not going to have a separate video coming out on that. We're going to be focused on Modern Warfare 2 tomorrow. However, if there is more information that comes out, I will be tweeting it out and giving you guys the information there. So make sure you follow my Twitter, which will be linked down in the description. For now, we have the return of Raul Menendez, Khaled Al-Asad, and I'm interested to see how that affects the game moving forward, especially with Khaled Al-Asad still being a plausible character for Modern Warfare 2 and that game coming out within the next couple of months. So stay tuned as I keep you guys updated on that. It is very interesting, and as we get more information, I will keep you guys updated. But as always, subscribe to stay up to date on everything. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.
We are reaching for the stars, but we're